Hi, I'm John McEnroe, and this is The Chair. Welcome to The Chair. Some of you may know me best for this.
Look, you can't be serious, man. You cannot be serious! That ball was clearly out. I have 30 seconds to complain more, right? This ball's a foot out. Come on now! That ball was clearly outside the line. Don't bring anyone else on here because I'm not playing anymore. What did I say, umpire? Tell me. Please tell me. Please tell me. Answer my question!
But now I've mellowed. Or have I? If I were playing the chair, I'd have to use my knowledge and be able to keep my heart rate under control. That'd be tough, I know. Let's hope our contestants have better luck. They'll need it to beat the chair. They've already had to pass a series of tests and shocks to see if they've got what it takes to stay calm under pressure. Because to succeed in the chair, our contestants have to exercise total control of their heart. For several hours now, they've been under strict medical supervision. Our medics have carefully monitored the resting heart rate, which is different for everybody. You can keep track of their progress every step of the way. Keep your eye on the small heart. It shows how fast a contestant's heart is actually beating. Above that is the level meter showing their red line heart rate. They must stay below that to remain in the game. Let's see if our first contestant has got what it takes to beat the chair.
My name's Sharon Richards. I'm 23. I'm a teacher from Cardiff. I teach 11 to 18-year-olds and I teach Welsh. Teaching is quite stressful. Usually by the end of the day I'm quite wound up, so it's nice to go down the gym a few times a week, and if I feel really stressed, then it's nice to do a yoga class just to wind down. I'd say I'm a really determined person. A few years back I wanted to go on a football trip and I couldn't go because I was a girl, so I did my physiotherapist course and came back a year later and went with him on the trip, and no one could stop me. I've got one thing to say to you, John, and that's dwyt ti ddim yn gallu bod yn ddifrifol, which means you cannot be serious.
Sean, welcome to the chair.
Hi.
You doing all right?
I'm okay.
You got to use some of those yoga techniques. Take a couple deep breaths here.
I'm trying.
You hear that sound right now?
I can hear it. I'll be okay.
Okay. That heart is beating rather quickly right now. You're a teacher. Tell me about being a teacher.
Well, it's hard work, but it's very rewarding when you see the results at the end of the day.
What grade do you teach?
Well, in Britain, I teach GCSE, so it's 11 to 16-year-olds.
11 to 16-year-old boys with hormones. I mean, that must be a tough gig.
It can be
Not
quite
just
tough.
your heartbeat that's beating fast in that class. What language is that? Welsh?
Welsh.
Tell me in Welsh. You're the pits of the world.
Oh, I couldn't say that. I will tell you that I love you, though, if you like.
Okay. Thank you.
Rwy'n dy garu di.
Now my heart's beating fast. Now listen, I see you went on a stress management course.
I did. Not that it seems to be helping me an awful lot, but...
Well, that's what my next question was. What's going on here?
It must be the effect you have on me, John.
What was I love you in Welsh again? Can you tell me? You know I took a stress management course too, right? I failed it, but that's another story. You know you're playing for 50,000 pounds.
I do know that.
And you know that sound is your heartbeat, and you know you needed to get it down. You got to use some of those techniques, okay? Since you're fantastically calm, I know you can do it. There, it's starting to come down. Okay, you got 7 questions, 2 heart stoppers coming up. It's game time. Here we go. Now, Sean, your resting heart rate is 87, so that means your red line rate's up there at 148. Now, you're redlining now, but you don't lose any money until after I've asked the first question, okay? Now, question 1, you lose 10 pounds a second for redlining. Now, since you love me so much, or you say you do, I'm going to give you 500 pounds to start. Here's your first question, Sean, for another 1,000 pounds. Spring, summer, autumn, or winter? Which season in America is known as the fall? You may not answer the question. You're just about there. Come on, you're a teacher. You've been under more stressful situations than this. You are losing 10 pounds a second. Use some of that stress management course. You may answer the question.
Autumn.
Autumn, Sean, is correct in the nick of time. Now, you added 1,000 pounds to your total, but you redlined some away. You're up to 1,150 pounds. Now, who's here, Sean, to keep you under control?
My father. Who I'm sure is going to be extremely annoyed with me at the moment.
It's Mike?
Mike, that's right.
Mike, what's going on here? You got to help Sean here to calm down.
We thought about the stress management course. She's got to concentrate on the red.
She must have taken the same course I did.
I hope so, John, because you've done all right by it. Come on, Sian, you can get there.
Unfortunately, your red line rate is going down, as you see right there. And now you lose 20 pounds a second if you redline. We're up to question 2, and it's worth 1,500 pounds. Here it is. County Armagh, County Tyrone, County Antrim, County Durham. Which of these counties is not a county of Northern Ireland? You may not yet answer the question. You're getting it down there. You are losing 20 pounds a second.
It's all you want, hot and heavy, when you were on the beach, lying by the pool.
Hot and heavy?
It's only hot weather.
Supposed to calm her down.
No problems, you'll get there. No problem. Every confidence in you. I'm proud of you. You're doing really well. Keep it going. No problems at all. It's coming down. Get in there now. Almost there. Think red.
You may answer the question.
Well done, sweet.
County Durham.
She's correct. You were right. Another one in the nick of time. Now that takes you up to a total, because you redlined some more away. You're now up to 1,650 pounds. Now we drop that red line rate again. To make things more interesting, I take away 30 pounds a second if you redline during a question. All right, it's time for your first heart stopper. You can win back a few heartbeats here. That's good news, because there's no redlining. Sean, you have 45 seconds. Each right answer wins you back a heartbeat. Your time starts now. Which television comedian plays Alan Partridge?
Pass.
Steve Coogan. Which sport do you associate with Rubens Barrichello?
Pass.
Formula One racing. In what Shakespeare play would you find Oberon and Titania?
Hamlet.
A Midsummer Night's Dream. What is 35 minus 7?
28.
That's correct. What O is a condition with a loss of bone tissue resulting in bones that are brittle and liable to fracture?
Osteoporosis.
That's correct. If you had been awarded the VC, which medal would you have?
Pass.
Victoria Cross. What color is the circle on Japan's flag?
Red.
That's correct. What is Bill Clinton's daughter called?
Chelsea.
That's correct. Who played James Bond in GoldenEye?
Pierce Brosnan.
Also correct. In snooker, how many points is the blue ball worth?
5.
Correct. All right, the good news is you got 6 right there, Sean. That takes your red line rate back up to 145. But you got to cool down again here. Question 3, the pressure goes up again. Remember, if you red line now, you lose 30 pounds a second. This is for 2,000 pounds. It's a visual question. Here it comes. Take a look at these pictures. Let's run it. All right, Sean, here's your question for 2,000 pounds. Snowman, reindeer, Santa Claus, or sleigh? Which of these was the little girl standing beside in the 9th image? You may not yet answer the question. Are you getting it down there? You're losing 30 pounds a second.
You can do it. 1, 2.
You may answer the question.
Snowman.
Snowman, let's see if Sean is right. She is correct. Well done. That's good control there. That gives you 3,020 pounds. And now you can stabilize if you like. That means you get to keep what you've got so far, unless, Sean, you redline it away. What do you think? You want to stabilize now or gamble? Audience, what do you think? Dad, what do you think?
Well, John, I'm a bit older than Sian, so I must admit I'd have a gamble, but looking at her there, I think she's going to be much better to stabilise.
Sean, what do you think?
I think I will stabilise, John.
All right, you stabilize at 3,020 pounds. Let's move on towards the big money. First, that red line rate goes down again. For this next question, you lose 50 pounds a second if you redline. Here's question 4 for 3,000 pounds. Dylan, Damien, Daryl, or Declan? What is the name of Catherine Zeta-Jones's son? You may not yet answer the question. Just about there. You are losing 50 pounds a second here, redlining.
Think of a traffic light. It's all stopping. Everything's coming down. You're coming down nicely. It's almost there. Just relax. Deep breath. Come on. Almost there. You're getting there. So close, Sian, it's untrue. Almost. Come on. Just relax a little bit more. You can do it.
You may answer the question.
Dylan.
Dylan is correct, Sean. This is a true roller coaster ride right now. You're redlining now. It's not costing you anything. You're up to 3,170 pounds. All right, here's question 5. I drop your red line rate again. This time it's 100 pounds a second if you redline. This is for 6,000 pounds, Sean, and it's a list. List 3 of the 5 Michael Jackson solo albums released since 1979, excluding compilations. You may not yet answer the question. Just about there.
No problems. No.
I'm sorry, sorry, Sean. The answer was bad, dangerous, invincible, off the wall, or thriller. It was a thrilling ride, I'll tell you that.
As long as they enjoyed it, that's all that counts.
Well, I hope you enjoyed it a little bit. You've been defeated by the chair. Great contestant.
Thank you.
Back to school, those crazy guys.
To calm myself down, I was trying to do yogic breathing and visualization techniques, everything you could think of, but I even tried looking at the audience members, but nothing seemed to help. John McEnroe, Ryan's Gary D, I love you. Still the same, even though I didn't win.
Beat the chair and you can win 50,000 pounds. Maybe Terry Herbert can do it.
My name's Terence Herbert, I'm 33. I was born and bred in Birmingham. And when I come to watch football, I come to Villa Park. I especially like playing, but Villa Park is a place where I'd love to play at. I work for a German motor car manufacturer, where if production stops, it's up to me to keep cool, calm and collective and get production going. My first day as a test driver, I crashed 2 cars, which seems pretty bad, but I'm not as bad as that these days. My friends would say I'm cool and calm, but also a bit of a joker. So John, you better watch out, because I was born to be in the chair.
Terry, welcome to the chair. I'm so bored by all those lines.
I'll lend you a few more in a minute.
Put that chair back down, please. I'll just give you the money. Just take it. All right, Terry, listen, first of all, that's your heartbeat. You hear that sound?
I do.
You got to get that thing calmed down, all right? What's this? You're going to think about being in a small boat in the middle of a pond. We'll start thinking that, all right?
So I think he's got a hole in it.
Plug it up, quick. Now, I see you're a technical leader for technical products.
Well, I work for a German motor company. When production goes down, it's up to me to fix the machinery to get the production going again.
So they've kicked you out of driving the cars, obviously. You used to drive them?
I left. It was not...
Were you asked to leave?
No. I left because it wasn't exciting enough.
Crash 2 cars a day? That wasn't exciting enough. How many did you end up crashing, by the way?
Only 2. The first day, nerves.
And you love football, I see, and you're the penalty taker for your team. Is that right?
Nerves of steel, like yourself.
Well, that's... I like Terence better already. But I need to get you calmed down here, Terence. Come on, this is the big time.
I'm trying.
You got a chance to win 50,000 pounds.
That's why it's gone up.
Well, you got to keep cool under pressure. Now, your scariest moment was what? Tell us about your scariest moment.
Well, I was in a canoe and I went down some white water.
There was a hole in it. All right.
I went down some white water and it tipped over and I couldn't get out. And I actually saw my own funeral as I went down this white water. Bit spooky. I think I'm dying now.
All right, Terry. I said that's your heartbeat. And the secret to this game is to keep it under control. All that's standing between you and 50,000 pounds are 7 questions, 2 heart stoppers, the chair, and yours truly. You all set?
Now or never.
Come on, you can do it, Terence. It's game time. Terence, your resting heart rate is 69. We're going to give you a safety margin 70% above that, which gives you a red line rate of 117, which you're doing right now. Now, if you red line during a question, you'll lose money. On question 1, it's 10 pounds a second. You don't lose any money till after I've finished asking the first question. I'm going to give you 500 pounds to start. Here's your first question, worth an additional 1,000 pounds. Cricket, golf, football, rugby. With which sport do you associate Savvy Ballesteros? You may not yet answer the question. When you're under a lot of pressure in your work, you've got to do something to calm you down, because you are losing 10 pounds a second here. Boring canoe ride. There you go. Just about there. You were one tick away, Terrence. I'm sorry. I'm sure you need a correct answer. Golf, which is golf. That's correct. At least it got over with quickly, Terrence. Some tennis scores, that was 6-0, 6-0, 6-0. You've been beaten by the chair. Bad luck.
Thanks, John.
Take care. Bye.
I was trying to control my breathing, but it just wouldn't come down. I saw it getting to 19, and I took a deep breath, and then it went straight back up again. I knew it was too late, just gone. The next person to come into the chair, I'd advise them to really think about what they're going to do.
Bring me another challenger. Let's see if Nick Kyra can beat the chair.
Hi, I'm Nick, I'm 33, I'm from Southampton and I'm an accounts manager. I recently got married in Italy with my new wife Sam, and she's going to be my supporter on the show. We travelled together for 2 years and had to endure a lot of stress on our travels, so hopefully the patience that I learnt in that will help me on the show. What worries me most about being on the chair is just having all the hassle of walking down the street and people talking to me, wanting autographs, photographs taken, and the general sort of stuff that famous people get. My technique for the chair is to keep smiling. I'm told that this helps keep the heart rate down, so I want to grin all the way to the money.
Nick, welcome to the chair.
Thank you, John.
How's it feeling over there, all right?
Feels good at the moment.
And when you win all that money, you're gonna have to suffer through all that tough stuff.
All that stuff that you suffer.
It's a rough life, I'll tell you. By the way, does that hair remind you of someone?
I think it's especially for you. I guess you want my colour though, yeah?
I'd also like as much as you have as well. You got me there. I got to give it to you. Now, but this part I find hard to believe. You fancy a match between you and me that you give me a 2 sets to love lead? Is that?
Yeah.
Is that possibly? Could you possibly have said that?
I did say that, yeah.
You really don't want to win the money, right?
Who knows?
You fancy yourself a tennis player?
No, not really. I do enjoy a game of tennis, but I wouldn't necessarily say that I'm a particularly great player like yourself.
Someone go pull his hair, will you? All right, Nick, let's get on with it. Then you're playing for 50,000 pounds. That sound you hear is your heartbeat, which seems pretty well under control. You know that's the key between winning and losing. You got 7 questions, 2 heart stoppers coming up, and you got to deal a bit with me. But that's the easy part, okay? You ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
It's game time. All right, Nick, we measured your resting heart rate, and it's 68. We'll add 70% to that, giving you a red line rate of 116. You've also got to keep those eyes open, Nick, okay? That's the other rule. In question 1, all the time you're above the red line rate, you lose 10 pounds a second. Even though my hair's gray and I'm losing it, I'm going to give you 500 pounds to start. Here's your first question worth 1,000 pounds more. Fettuccine, linguine, tagliatelle, ratatouille. Which of the following is not a type of pasta? You may answer the question. You love Italian food, right, Nick?
I do.
Well, you may not answer the question. Gotta get that heart back down again. You're losing 10 pounds a second here, Nick. You may answer the question.
Ratatouille.
Ratatouille is correct, sir. Now, you did redline 130 pounds away, but that 1,000 adds up to 1,370 so far. Now, who do you have with you tonight to keep you under control there, Nick?
I have my wife, Sam.
Sam, how are you?
I'm fine.
How long the two of you been married?
Month and a half.
Did he have a panic attack at the wedding?
Yeah, he did actually.
That's not normally a good sign.
He started hyperventilating, and
Was it around the time he said, "I do"?
no, it wasn't actually. It was before I arrived. He'd had something that didn't agree with him.
That's what he told you.
So I had to calm him down, and it took quite a long time. So yeah.
Let's move on. Okay, the pressure goes up, but your red line rate goes down. Now you lose 20 pounds a second if you red line. Here's question 2 for 1,500 pounds. Bristol, Manchester, Leeds, or Liverpool. In which city would you find Lime Street Railway Station? You may answer the question.
Liverpool.
Liverpool, Nick, is correct. That's another 1,500 pounds to your total. You're now up to 2,870 pounds. You're redlining right now. It's not costing you anything until after I've asked the next question. There you go, got it back down. We have to drop that red line rate again. Make things worse, I take away 30 pounds a second if you redline. But it's time for your first heart stopper. You can win back a few heartbeats here. The good news is there's no redlining. Nick, you got 45 seconds. Each right answer wins you a heartbeat. Your time starts now. Jonathan Ross presents a radio show every Saturday on which station?
Radio 2.
That's correct. What was the name of the famous English highwayman hanged at York in 1739?
Dick Turpin.
That's correct. Who is the United Nations Secretary General?
Coffee. Any coffee.
Coffee Annan. I'm sorry. What is 14 plus 5 plus 10?
29.
That's correct. What nationality is supermodel Giselle Bundchen?
Argentinian.
Brazilian. What type of food is basmati?
Rice.
That's correct. Which actress plays the lead role in Gimme, Gimme, Gimme?
Pass.
Kathy Burke. How many husbands did Mary, Queen of Scots have?
3.
That's correct. What was the first permanently manned space station launched in 1986?
Pass.
Mir. Which author wrote Lord of the Flies?
Tolkien.
Sir William Golding. In which city would you find them? You got 5 correct answers. That's not too bad, Nick. Your red line rate goes up to what we see now, 114. Okay. Let's move on to question 3. The pressure goes up again. Remember, if you redline, you lose 30 pounds a second. This is for 2,000 pounds. It's a visual question. Take a close look. All right, Nick, here's your question for 2,000 pounds. Tulips, windmills, clogs, or canals? Which of these was pictured in the first image?
Clogs.
Let's see if Nick is right. He said clogs. He is correct. Nick is right. Nicely done, Nick. 2,000 more pounds takes you up to 4,870 pounds. And now you can stabilize if you like. That means even if you get a question wrong, you keep the money. Unless you redline it away.
I'll stabilise, John.
Nick is going to stabilize without asking the wife. You agree with that?
Right, I'm totally behind him. Go for it, mate.
Okay. Nick is stabilized at 4,870 pounds. Let's move on towards the big money. First, that red line rate goes down again. This next question, if you red line, you lose 50 pounds a second. Here's question 4 for 3,000 pounds. Jim, John, Joe, or Jack? What is the male member of the Coors called? You may answer the question. Well under the red line rate.
Jack.
You said Jack? No, it's not Jack, Nick. I'm sorry, you're not a Coors fan. I guess it's Jim.
I didn't know.
You didn't take long to think about it either. I'm sorry, Nick, it's all over. The good news is you've got yourself 4,870 pounds. That's as far as it goes. You've been beaten by the chair.
Thank you.
Like that hair, Nick. Have fun on the travels, all right? Cheer for Nick.
When names came up like that, I thought, well, this could be good. And then as soon as the chords came up, nah, I mean, I could have sat there for 10 hours and it still would have been a guess. So I just figured, well, there's no point in risking my heart rate going up and then losing money. So I just thought, just guess now, and if it's right, great. If it's wrong, doesn't matter, does it? Because I didn't know. I guess I'm not going to have as many autograph hunters and groupies as I wanted.
Karina Coons, are you ready to take on the chair?
I'm Karina Coons, I'm 49 years old. I'm a restaurateur from Arundel in West Sussex. I deal with a lot of stressful situations at work and I feel that I deal with them very well. I haven't got any particular hobbies, but I do like writing stories. I write children's stories for my grandchildren and I like decorating. The only thing that worries me about the chair is it looks very much like a dentist chair and I hate the dentist. I don't think my heart rate is going to be a problem at all on the programme. I'm used to stressful situations and I don't seem to get a big beating heart. I don't think John McEnroe is going to intimidate me at all. I'm quite good at giving as good as I get.
Karina, welcome to the chair.
Thank you.
You're half Italian. Does that mean you run an Italian restaurant, or?
Half Italian restaurant.
What's your other half?
English.
So you got a pasta with some shepherd's pie, or what?
Yes.
Not mixed. So you have any type of food, in other words?
Yeah, we do. Very mixed. Bit of Italian, French, English.
All right. Good. Well, I look forward to going there with my free meal, right? Yeah. I'm kidding. All right. You ready to go?
I think so.
We got 7 questions and 2 heart stoppers between you and 50,000 pounds.
Wow.
You hear that sound? It's your heartbeat. It's doing pretty well. Just keep it nice and slow and answer these questions. Let's go. It's game time. All right, Karina, your resting heart rate is 71, so your red line rate's 121. If you don't stay below it, you lose money. On question 1, it costs you 10 pounds a second. Since I'm such a nice guy, here's 500 pounds to start. Here's question 1 for an additional 1,000 pounds. M2, M3, M5, or M6? Which motorway runs from Birmingham to Exeter? You may answer the question. Which motorway runs from Birmingham, or we say in America, Birmingham to Exeter? Heart rate seems to be under control.
My heart rate might be. My brain isn't. I'm going to go for a guess. M3.
Karina, no, it's not M3. It's M5.
I don't know.
You're on your way home, and it's probably going to be on the M3. You were too easy for the chair, but thanks for coming.
Thank you.
Let's hear it for Karina Coons.
The experience in the chair was quite good fun, even though I didn't win. I did enjoy it. It was just nice, comfortable. I didn't feel het up. It was nice. I am a driver. I know Birmingham, I know Exeter. I've never driven to either of them, so I wouldn't know the motorway between them.
So can Jamie Kershaw face up to TV's toughest challenge? The chair.
Hi, my name's Jamie Kershaw, I'm 26, I'm a window cleaner from Huddersfield. I've had quite a few different jobs, barman, window fitter, chef, so hopefully I've picked up quite a lot of general knowledge along the way. I'm quite an active person, I like outdoor sports, especially go-karting, skiing, football. My friends have described me as funny, a little bit mad, always up for a challenge. The thing I'm most worried about is I'm quite a fidget, so I'm going to find it hard to sit still in the chair. If I win the money tonight, my girlfriend's travelling Thailand at the minute, so I'm hoping to join her, and obviously the more money I win, the longer I'll be staying.
Jamie, welcome to the chair.
Thank you.
And what about that go-kart racing? That looks, shall I say it, looks a little childish.
Hey, come on, at least it's not girl sport like tennis.
Is that a nice thing to say to the host? Don't you want me to try to help you out here?
Yeah, I'm sorry, mate.
I would say you cannot be serious, but that's too obvious. All right, well, Jamie, you're playing for 50,000 pounds. All you got to do is answer 7 questions correctly. And that's what your heart's doing right now. It seems pretty well under control. You ready?
I'm ready.
It's game time. All right, Jamie, your resting heart rate's 71. If we add 70% to that, your red line rate is 121. That's what you got to worry about. If you go over it, you're barred from answering the question until you get it back down. Question 1, you lose 10 pounds for every second you redline. I'm going to give you 500 pounds to start because I'm a warm, generous, nice guy.
Thank you.
And it's not my money. This is your first question worth an extra 1,000 pounds. North, east, south, or west? In relation to the UK, where is France? You may answer the question.
South.
South is correct, Jamie. All right, that's 1,000 pounds. It takes you quickly to 1,500 pounds. Now, who have you brought here tonight with you, Jamie, to help you out?
I've got a friend of mine, Johnny, with me.
Johnny's a good name. I like that. Johnny, how are you?
Yeah, not so bad, John, yourself.
I'm doing great.
That's what I like to hear.
You guys got a plan for making this whole thing work?
We'll just answer 7 questions.
Easy as 1, 2, 3.
Well, I hope so.
Anything to keep that heart? Well, the heart rate seems pretty well under control.
He hasn't felt mine.
Does this guy get excited normally, Jamie?
He's quite an excitable kind of guy.
No. I'm asking your friend if you're an excitable guy. The hell with him.
Yeah, hopefully, but hopefully he's going to stay cool. I think he'll be all right tonight. He's a clever guy, but let's just hope that he can keep that heart rate down.
All right, Jamie, I'm going to lower your red line rate by 5% of your resting heart rate. And I'm going to do that before every question, so you better be on top of things here. And this time you lose 20 pounds for every second you redline. Here's question 2 for 1,500 pounds. Endoscope, telescope, microscope, stethoscope. Which instrument is used to listen to the heart and lungs? You may answer the question.
Stethoscope.
Stethoscope is correct, Jamie. Easy as pie. That's another 1,500 pounds. That brings you to 3,000 pounds. You do have to keep your eyes open,
Sorry.
or Johnny Mac's going to get very upset.
I won't like you when you're angry.
And you know what happens when I'm angry, and I don't like what you said about tennis, okay? Now I'm going to up the ante here. Your red line rate's going down again. It's 30 pounds a second if you red line. All that noise means it's time for your first heart stopper. Your heart rate's crucial, so I'm going to give you a chance to win back a few heartbeats and increase your safety margin. Jamie, you have 45 seconds to answer as many quick questions as possible. Each one you get right, I give you 1 heartbeat. You can pass, and get this, there's no redlining penalties. Your time starts now. Which word describes the Japanese art of folding paper?
Origami.
That's correct. In which British city was the writer Irving Welsh born?
Glasgow.
Edinburgh. Which instrument is Vanessa Mae famous for playing?
Violin.
That's correct. What D is a breed of dog characterized by its white coat with brown or black spots?
Dalmatian.
That's correct. Which sport do you associate with Darren Goff?
Cricket.
That's correct. Which cartoon character's catchphrase is, "What's up, Doc?"
Bugs Bunny.
That's correct. What is the name of Othello's wife in Shakespeare's play of the same name?
Ophelia.
Desdemona. Who played Satine in the 2001 film Moulin Rouge?
Nicole Kidman.
That is correct. You got 6 right, so that takes your red line rate up to 120. Well done. That could make a big, let's give him a hand, all right. All right, we're up to question 3. The red line penalties are back in play. It's still 30 pounds a second. This is for 2,000 pounds, and it's a visual question. Watch these series of images and concentrate. Here we go. All right, for 2,000 additional pounds. Eating, rowing, dancing, or fishing. What were the people doing in the 5th image? You may answer the question.
Rowing.
Let's see if Jamie was right. He said rowing. He is correct. Well done for 2,000 pounds. This is too easy. Now I'm 5,000 pounds, and you can stabilize that total. That means even if you get a question wrong, you keep the money, unless you redline it away. Now you can stabilize now or later, but remember, if you get a question wrong before you've stabilized, you lose everything you've won. Now, what do you think, Jamie? You want to gamble or do you want to stabilize?
Let's go Las Vegas and gamble.
Now you're talking, my friend. I'm starting to like this guy. Now I'm going to give you a chance to stabilize again if you get this next question right. First, we drop that red line rate once more, and now we take away 50 pounds a second if you red line. Here's question 4 for 3,000 pounds. George Lucas, Steven Spielberg, Francis Ford Coppola, Ridley Scott, who directed the Indiana Joneses films? You may answer the question.
Steven Spielberg.
Steven Spielberg is correct, Jamie. You're flying high now. That's 3,000 added to 5. That takes you to 8. Now, what are you going to do with all this loot when you walk home with maybe 50,000 pounds?
No baby about it, John. 50,000 pound I'm going home with. Car'd be nice.
Car, well, you can get more than a car, can't you?
A big car.
All right, listen, I hope you do it, okay? Now, here's your chance once again. You got 4 questions right. Would you like to stabilize? Audience, what do you think? Should he gamble or stabilize here? It's almost unanimous. Audience thinks you should gamble.
Can't argue with the audience. I'll gamble.
Let's hear it for Jamie. All right. I can tell this is a brave man right here. You could lose it all. Now we drop that red line rate again. Next question. This time I take 100 pounds a second if you red line. This is for 6,000 pounds, and it's a list. List 3 of the 4 tennis tournaments that comprise the Grand Slam. Wait, who's coming up with these questions? You may answer the question.
Wimbledon.
Wimbledon is correct.
Australian Open.
Australian Open is correct. 2 down, 1 to go.
French Open.
French Open is correct, Jamie. Let me think if I can think of the fourth one. Could it have been the U.S. Open? That's 6,000 pounds for you and nothing for me, even though I knew that. Okay, you're 5 down and 2 to go, and you'll have beaten the chair. You've played a great hand. You gambled by not stabilizing before, but you have to now. That's right, you have 14,000 pounds. That's your stabilized amount. You get to keep it, Jamie, unless you redline it all away.
Okay, jump.
And my advice is don't do that! Down goes your red line rate again. All right, here's question 6. Whoop, my mistake, time for a heart stopper. This is the second one. You have to keep that heart rate under control for 20 seconds. Anything can happen now, so watch out. Your red line will cost you 100 pounds a second. Your heart rate's under control, but he's got a 3rd-degree burn right now. All right, Jamie, it's well done, but I do notice that heart rate's going up a bit, so let's cool it down. You got just 2 questions between what you have now and 50,000 pounds. That's 36,000 more, so keep focused and calm. 200 pounds a second if you redline. This is question 6. Worth 12,000 pounds. Here it is. A Tale of Two Cities. David Copperfield. Nicholas Nickleby. Great Expectations. In which Charles Dickens novel would you find the character Lucy Manette? You may answer the question.
I've absolutely no idea, John, so
well,
I'm going to have to hazard a guess, I think.
Okay. You're redlining now. Now you can guess if you'd like.
David Copperfield.
David Copperfield is incorrect, Jamie. I'm sorry. The correct answer was A Tale of Two Cities. But here's the good news. You're winning 13,600 pounds, all right? That's not a bad day's work.
Cheers, John.
Good luck.
Thank you.
There was another victory for the chair.
The difficult bits were the heat more than anything. When the heart stopper went off, I could feel it on my arms. It's quite frightening. I'm going to spend the money on going out to Thailand to see my girlfriend and a bit of shopping, I think.
Never fear, I'll be back next week to put more contestants up for battle where control, a steady heart, and plenty of brains are vital to beat the chair.
And the chair returns next Saturday at 6:40. Next tonight on BBC One, it's the National Lottery winning lines.